Well, unfortunately for Labour, and actually us, come to think about it, Labour's new big workers' rights plan is causing, shall we say, quite a stir, and definitely not in a good way. You see, the Resolution Foundation, which apparently are usually quite close with the party, has basically said, hang on a minute, this could be a disaster for jobs. And this row is all about Labour's pledge to give workers protection from unfair dismissal on day one of a new job. And Angela Rayner, the former Deputy PM, had been championing this. But the think tank says it can actually trash job prospects for millions while offering little obvious gain to workers, which is not good at all, is it? They are also warning that small businesses will end up in court constantly. Hiring will slow down as a result, and the only real winners will be the employment lawyers. And it's not as if the job market is actually booming right now, is it, eh? Payroll numbers have already apparently dropped by 127,000 in the past year after those, employer national insurance hikes, which, if I remember rightly, Rachel Reeves said she wouldn't increase national insurance for working people. And yes, before anyone says, well, it's for businesses, just remember, at the end of the day, businesses don't like losing money, and therefore they'll put their prices up as a result, and it will hit you and me, no doubt, even harder, eh? But nearly 30,000 businesses have apparently gone under since the Tories lost the election and Labour came into power. But that's not it, because the foundation reckons that making it riskier to hire staff could actually just make things worse, which, yes, it's bound to, isn't it? Behind the scenes, though, Labour seems to be panicking ever such a teeny-weeny bit. And Treasury and Number 10 are apparently scrambling to, shall we say, soften the policy so much that it might become almost meaningless, which of course is another bally-dancing U-turn from Keir Starmer, if that indeed happens. And after, of course, similar backtracks on benefits, winter fuel, and of course, that grooming gang's inquiry, eh? But business groups are already lobbying the Lords ahead of next week's debate, saying that the bill needs watering down. Meanwhile, of course, Rachel Reeves, well, what's she doing? Apparently, she's trying to juggle a 4% minimum wage boost and the fallout from the national insurance rise, all while keeping growth alive. So, let's face it, she has got a work cut out for her, though, to be honest, most of it, if not all of it, is kind of her fault to begin with, in my opinion, eh? But critics like Andrew Griffiths and Sir Mel Stride are piling in, saying that Labour is about to strangle the jobs market with red tape. Even Richard Tice from Reform UK says that SMEs are already freezing hiring. But Labour's union allies are digging in, unfortunately. They are warning the government not to flinch, and former Minister Justin Madders is insisting that they stick to their manifesto promise. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Keir Starmer said that we wouldn't be signing up to the single market or anything like that, but if anything, he seems to be, shall we say, ever so slightly turning against that and entering the EU via the back door. It just makes me wonder what will then be on the cards after this one in, one out deal. Or actually, after an illegal boat person returned the other day who we deported, surely that will now be one out, two in, won't it? But anyway, ministers are now considering, though, making the so-called day one right a lot lighter during probationary periods, so firms can still fire new staff for performance or conduct without immediately ending up in a tribunal. And most of the details, well, they haven't actually been spelled out just yet, leaving plenty of room for arguments and adjustments. The Resolution Foundation, though, sums it up like this. Yes, protecting workers is important, but if you make dismissals too hard, you risk hurting the very people you are trying to help, especially young workers looking for their first break. And with nearly 1 million 16 to 24-year-olds not in work or education, the timing couldn't be worse. The bill now, of course, heads to the Lords for another round of scrutiny, or ping-pong, as is often known as, if they indeed want to play that game. And with all the noise building up, it looks like Labour might just, let's just say, be in for another very bumpy week.